Full reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of BoJack Horseman, episode 6 of season 4. Stupid piece of and press play on it when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Sorry, I didn't. Beyond going back in and editing it, I wasn't sure how to do the censor on shit. Aw. What's the pill? We don't. Being inside BoJack's head might be the worst possible thing. Luvastatin? I don't know that one. Prevent stroke, heart attack. Got all these other ones too. 16 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, been there. Okay, this is funny, but it's also possibly setting up the most depressing episode of the show, which is impressive. He left to get milk. I just fucking feel horrible right now. I wish we could hear the inside of his head during one of his better moments, as I doubt it's ever much better than this. Is the whole episode gonna be in his head? I hope so. Makes sense for the title, how we started it out. Is it gonna be every morning? He says that he kind of goes through a similar routine. God, the way they play around with the intro, it's already one of my favorite intros of all time. I love it. Oh, God. Wee. You know, I actually don't, for specifically that, I don't think you're a terrible person. For many other reasons, I do. Aw. Yes, I love all of these that they come up with. Meh, meh. Oh no. No! No! I love to have him back, so whatever. Ooh. Today? That's today! Okay. Yeah, I would. I like that he kind of was on board with that. It was an understanding, legitimately. Shit, I'd do it. I wouldn't even do it for a lot of money or anything. It's just like, oh, this sounds like a lot of fun. It's a doll of some kind. Oh god. I'm a horrible person for laughing, but it is not. I'm glad they brought it up. It's not even that. Standing, making breakfast. Yeah, I like that she was actually kind of responsible there. Eat. I mean, yeah, it's true. Come on. Ooh, wow. The fucked up thing there is that inner BoJack and outer BoJack were on the same page. And the sad thing is, to me, is she does deserve this, but obviously it's still wrong to do. Like, it's still a bad thing to do that you have to have a pretty fucked up mentality to get there with. 940. 940 and 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, God. You are! I just can't bring myself to feel bad for her. Like, in the general sense of having known people with dementia, yes, of course, but that's just. I would totally be on BoJack's team for just being dismissive of her. Obviously, doing things to actively make her life worse makes him a piece of shit, but I can't blame him for that either, because we already knew he was a piece of shit. 10, 10, and 3, 2, 1, go. And obviously, Holly Hawk doesn't understand enough of their relationship to be as judgy as she is of BoJack or to pressure him into taking her into his home. No, not drunk. Is that really where she wants to spend her time these days? It's not like it used to be. Who's dull? The tie in there. These two back together is something that could be good. Dude, I would absolutely love if neither of them is really that hung up on any of the previous That's the same thing to us! I would love if neither of these two were really that upset with each other just because that's their whole deal, is being ruthless in this business. I mean, you could have at least brought up Mike Myers. Oh, he told her? I didn't think he told her. Ouch. Meh, meh. I'd love if Hollyhock would be like, isn't that the candidate for governor? Or no, even better, if his mom said that. No, and then Hollyhock said, no, no, that's the dementia talking. Yes, he does. Yep. I'm not a big enough character, apparently. Oh, sure. I mean, we need some more context, I think. It's just some paperwork, in my opinion. If you weren't planning to get married anyway, and it's not going to affect your life otherwise, why not? Right. Aw. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's absolutely wrong for that, but why did you never say anything to him before this? Okay. No. Maybe he is a politician. No, he hasn't, and it's not that doesn't make him not a fan. God damn it! What the fuck? I imagine that this being the only episode in the show to do this inner BoJack thing, we're gearing up for. We're gearing up for something pretty big here, inner BoJack wise. Oh God. There's an old short I can introduce you to, uh, Mr. Peanut Butter, but I actually kind of love those two talking like friends. I did. Yeah, right? Ouch. Okay, you are just doing the reverse Batman at this point. Ooh, hey. just ignore that. Not now! Take a guess. I mean, yeah, it has just been a month, and he's deeply troubled, so he's actually doing better than he could have. Does that ever go away? Oh, God. I can't blame you for that lie, but you said you weren't gonna do that. Oh, no. Any level of distraction from the depression. I'm trying to put this in the correct way. Obviously, the events of this episode weren't overly climactic, which holds it back in a way. But for me, the narrative framework of the inner BoJack voice played against his actions, played against his relationship with his mom, what his mom's going through, his relationship with his daughter, what his daughter's going through. The framework there, this puts it in the conversation for favorite episode in the series for me. It's probably not quite there because, again, best episodes are usually either going to be fucking brilliant, like think of Egress from Adventure Time, or hugely important to the story. That these would be like the episode Sarah Lynn died would probably be considered a much more important episode. But that shift in storytelling style plus some really good scenes, if every episode was done like this, which is the only case of probably a change in storytelling, like they couldn't do the no dialogue like they did in that one underwater episode in every episode, but they could continue to do this if they wanted to, which I don't suspect that they will. If they did every episode like this, I think I'd love this show twice as much as I do, though I understand why they wouldn't want to for several reasons, I assume. Not a lot of shows. It's a little bit more common in movies. It's not too common in shows. Have the inner voice narrator, like you have the example of JD from Scrubs. Uh, it's a little bit more common in anime, but I want to separate the like battle monologues that sometimes happen in anime from like the introspective uh inner voice that's a little bit more common in books. But it is a very useful way to grow more attached to a character who is otherwise a complete piece of shit. And I think if we had that inner voice more, I'd appreciate. I appreciate BoJack as a main character, but I think he might actually be my favorite character. If an anime perfect example of something from books that's different to show is you don't get as much of the inner voice for the main character Subaru. And Subaru, especially for the first roughly half of the anime, uh, piece of shit in many ways. But in the books, you can get a little bit more of his thought process and perspective and at least understand why he's a bit of a garbage person. And I wonder if BoJack would benefit from this in him being much more often. Again, I get why they don't, and it doesn't make the other parts of the show lesser, but I love the framing here. Next time.